conventions, handhelds, retirement announcements, a firmware update, and an overweight Blue Bomber cosplayer. Welcome to the first episode of Powit Game News. I'm Sean Orange with Powit TV, and here are the top stories from January 2012. The 10th year of the annual music and gaming festival, MAGFest, rang in the new year for the Washington, D.C. area. Easily the most anticipated event of this convention was Nobuo Uematsu's appearance with the Earthbound Papas for a concert on Saturday night. The composer for Square really brought the house down with his Colossus yell. "Hooah!" We took a lot of great footage while we were there, so head over to Powit.tv for our convention coverage or go straight to the Powit.tv YouTube channel. Or just subscribe. Why not? With over 3DS and PS Vita, SNK may have gone out of business half a dozen times in recent memory, but they're back with a new handheld device with the Neo Geo name, and that's going to include 20 Neo Geo titles. How cool is that? It's a pretty sexy looking device too, clearly inspired by the iPhone 4 case. And I really hope that the SD card slot means we're going to see more games in the future. Famicom Plaza broke the news, but still no information about pricing or release dates. Microsoft is announcing the end of its Xbox Live Arcade points system, replacing it with straight-up dollar values. So basically just like the systems that the PlayStation Network and the Wii Virtual Console already have in place. Now, don't get too worried about this. I'm sure you'll still be able to buy cars, they just won't have points on them. And instead of doing the mental math of 80 equals a dollar, you actually get to see where all of your hard-earned cash is going to go. Unless your parents buy all of your points for you, in which case I just ask that you please stop calling me hurtful names while I lose to you at Halo. Well, after 4 decades in the electronics business, HudsonSoft is officially shuttering its doors. The Japan-based software developer is probably best known for his Bomberman series on various consoles, but is also known for its wildly popular PC Engine hardware in Japan, known on this side of the Pacific as the much less popular TurboGrafx-16. HudsonSoft was bought by publisher Konami over a decade ago, who will presumably continue to handle the Honeybee's intellectual property. Given the announcement of Takahashi Meijen's retirement last year, who was famous for his 16-shot technique as well as star of Adventure Island and Bug-Tay Honey, the closing of HudsonSoft probably wasn't too far behind, unfortunately. Take a listen to Famicom Dojo podcast number 37 for more on HudsonSoft's legacy in gaming, as well as its amazingly unexpected connections to Broderbund Software and the Bungolian Empire. Seriously, it's pretty amazing. Well, despite that some franchises are dying out or going to seed, Namco and Capcom are teaming up to do the first in a series of crossover fighters. The first one, Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Now, we got a chance to play some of this game at Tokyo Game Show last year in September, but the really cool announcement is the inclusion of 3 exclusive players to the PlayStation 3 version. First up, Namco's mascot and all-around cool yellow dot Pac-Man. Cole from some game I don't think I've really heard of and probably wouldn't care to play. And get this, bad box art Mega Man. He's this middle-aged cosplayer with an obviously ratty costume who just takes crazy awesomeness to a whole new level. It's enough to make me want to buy the PS3 version over the Xbox 360 version. Watch our gameplay footage from our Tokyo Game Show preview, and check out the new exclusive character trailer over at Powit TV. Well, that's all we got for January, but as this is our first episode, why not delve into some old news and drop some sheets on the floor, apparently. That's how we do that at the Powit TV network. Alright. Xbox 360 owners might not have access to bad box art Mega Man, but they were given an early Christmas present in the form of a dashboard update on December 6th. In addition to making Netflix less fun to use, it also makes navigation a bit more complicated given all the panels on the screen. Now, this might not make a lot of sense unless you've handled a Windows phone recently, and okay, even then it's a little bit cumbersome. Why is there a gigantic ad in the middle panel of the first screen, and the disc in my game tray has this tiny little thing in the corner? What about that beautiful game art? It also seems that the update didn't work well for everyone the first day, leaving some users unable to log into Xbox Live. Whoops. But some good news though, those issues are now fixed. There's also now for Gold members the ability to store 500 megabytes of game save data in the cloud, as well as the ability to port your profile from console to console more easily, which is great news if, like me, you're used to lugging around your profile on a thumb drive or, back in the day, the now defunct Microsoft memory cards, which don't even work on the newer Xbox models anyway. You know what I'm talking about, right, Keith? Takahashi Meijin wasn't the only high-profile retirement of 2011. Shigeru Miyamoto of Nintendo fame announced he'd be stepping down as Nintendo Entertainment Analysis and Development Head to head up some smaller, more personal projects. Or maybe not. During an interview with Wired.com, the creator of Mario and Zelda seemed to indicate he was stepping down from his current position to focus his energies. Wired may have read a little too much into these musings, leading Nintendo to release an official correction through writers, after the original story led to a 2% drop in their share price. And the big news of December. Nintendo of America announced that Xenoblade Chronicles is coming to North America April 2012 as a GameStop exclusive. Now, the release of a game isn't in and of itself huge news, but this one in particular is considered a success for the online organization Operation Rainfall, which came together to encourage Nintendo of America to release Xenoblade, Last Story, and Pandora's Tower to North American audiences, especially after the successful and highly rated release of the first two games in Europe. And as these games are already translated for an English audience, why not bring them here? Some are decrying the GameStop exclusive move, partly because they don't like GameStop, but also because it seems kind of like an empty gesture towards the Operation Rainfall movement. You know, I say we don't complain. The game's still coming out and you can still get it. So why not show Nintendo it was a wise decision by ordering your copy now from GameStop, or if you prefer, directly from Nintendo at their online store. Once again, to learn about any of these stories, check out the video description, or head over to powits.tv to check it all out in the show notes. Coming up in February on Powits TV, we have the first new Keep Playing Rewind of the year by Syndra, a new Famicom Dojo video, probably, and an interview with Fizzman Industries from our MAGFest coverage. Be sure to listen to the Famicom Dojo podcast every week, and check out Powits TV for new videos on games, comics, TV, movies, and toys every Wednesday, or your money back. Also, leave some comments below on what you think we should call the show going forward. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that's all from Powit TV for game news this month. See you next time, Power Rangers. I'm not wearing any pants. So now it's finally time to move on to the first 3D peripheral that was released in North America.
The Sega Scope 3D.
I have a Vectrex.
No! Not again.
Whatever, dude.
Famicom Dojo.
You're gonna eat all of those, aren't you?